Good morning, Leroy Kleimola here with you on this Monday morning. Glad to be with you here as we get things kicked off this morning on WTIM, your information station. And provided I pressed all the right buttons, we should be joined here this morning by Dee Kruger, Director of LLCC in Taylorville. Dee, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely. Glad to have you here on the show. And I know you've been with LLCC for a while. It's always so good to talk to you and see some of the great stuff that's going on over at Lincoln Land Community College. So glad to have you with us this morning. All right. It's already week 5 for school for the fall session, which is crazy to think about, especially considering, I feel like, you think about sports, you think about all the stuff that goes on with it. But yeah, schooling is already in week 5.
Right. You're either getting the hang of it or you're really feeling the challenges. So if you're feeling those challenges, I want to let students know that we have wraparound services. New in Taylorville this fall, we have a writing center. It's a teacher who will go over your paper, give you ideas, help you brainstorm, things like that. And this is all free to students. We also have an academic success professional to help you with test anxiety, note taking, studying skills, you name it. She can help you with those things. And we also have virtual tutors for many subjects. And within our learning environment, Canvas, we have what's called Brain Fuse. And it's a 24/7 tutor program. I wish I would have had these things when I was in college, because if you're struggling, there's a good place to start with any of those 4 things.
Yeah, and you know what? You do bring up a good point. I struggled in college when I went a few years ago, and I think I was a little bit afraid to ask for help. I think I was more cocky and thought I can get out of this myself. I can get past this point, but it's not a problem to admit that sometimes maybe you might be in over your head, or you might need a little bit of help.
Right, because we're here to teach you. If you already knew the stuff, we wouldn't be teaching it to you. So we know it's going to be challenging, so we try to provide as much support as we can.
Yeah, and definitely some big helps there as far as being able to have some information and some access to maybe make note taking or college classes maybe just a little bit easier.
Yes, I highly suggest it.
All right, and so fall classes already, obviously, it's too late to register for fall classes, but it's never too late, as there's always another semester, another session right around the corner.
Right. In the fall, we do have a mini session that begins October 12th. Most of those classes are 8 weeks long, and they're online. So if someone really wanted to get a jump start on the spring, they could register for those. And like I said, they start October 12th, so you'd want to be registered, in time for that. As far as spring coming up, our registration for spring, we haven't even seen snow fly yet, but for classes in January, our registration begins October 16th and 17th. So the classes are available now. People can look at them online through our website. And our schedule for the spring is pretty typical of the general education courses, human anatomy and physiology, CNA course, just pretty generic course offerings.
Yeah, and obviously, learning the basics and learning the essentials of what needs to be can really set you up down the road.
That's right. You got to start somewhere, and that's where we start. We like to meet students where they are. So if they're going fine in their classes, great. If they need a little help, we're there. And I'll start seeing students, I can't believe, already October 15th or so, for getting them ready for the spring semester registration.
There's always one thing after the other when it comes to that. I remember, obviously I just graduated from school recently, and it's one of those things where even now I'm like, am I supposed to be doing something? Am I supposed to be getting ready?
But it kind of stays with you. And I've been doing this for a really long time, so I don't know how I'll feel once I quit.
But getting ready for these classes and getting prepped when you're in college is one thing. But what can maybe a senior in high school or even a junior in high school be doing now to get them ready for that next step?
Sure. They need to be researching their school for sure. And of course, I'd like them to research Lincoln Land, because we have over 60 majors to choose from. We have transfer degrees for those looking to save on tuition costs at their first 2 years and then transfer to a 4-year university. We have go-to-work degrees like nursing, diesel mechanics, sonography, radiography, lineman. All of those programs are very popular and they tend to fill up very, very quickly. So if you're a high school junior or senior thinking about some of those workforce programs, you really need to talk to Tisha Miller. She'll be out at your schools this fall semester. She can give you the lowdown on everything you need to know about Lincoln Land and help you make those college decisions.
One thing that I really thought was cool is how much credits can count for certain classes in high school already. You can be in high school and taking classes to get yourself even ready for college at that level.
Right. We do have dual credit classes at our area high schools, like English 101 and 102. So you can get that done in high school, and then you don't have to worry about it once you get off to college.
Fantastic.
Um,
One less thing you have
and
to
we
worry
do
about.
have no, and we do have students. I have 2 students this year who will graduate college before high school in May of 25. So that's always exciting too.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic! I can't even. I can barely handle the workload that I have right now. Never mind trying to handle two. So that's fantastic, and
It is.
a testament to the hard work that those students do to try to get everything
Yeah,
all complete. That's fantastic.
they're very motivated.
We are listening. You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Joining us right now is Dee Kruger, director of LLCC, our online or our live stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, and we talk about what high school students can be doing to get themselves ready for maybe that next step, and maybe going to Lincoln Land Community College, but also and one of the things that really is I think that flies under the radar is just how many different degrees that you guys have that are available. There are plenty of programs, depending on what you want to do, where you really there is something for everyone available.
There really is. There's such a wide variety. And, for those undecided students, we're here too, because I don't think I ever decided what I wanted to be when I grew up. I have a liberal arts degree, so that means I kind of pick and chose my classes according to my personal interest. But it's important for students to know that things like that are out there once they get moving on into a bachelor's degree level course. We offer 5 different types of degrees at Lincoln Land, an associate arts or an associate in science. We offer associate in engineering science. I know Lincoln Land's not always thought of an engineering school, but you can get your first 2 years out of the way at a very low cost for engineering. We also offer associate in fine arts that you may only think, Chicago art schools have, but we also have that at Lincoln Land. And then we also have a plethora of associate in applied science. Those go to work 2-year degrees. So there is something for everyone, and highly suggest that, you visit our website, www.llcc.edu, and search for 60 degrees, and they will come up with all the listing there.
So many different options, so many different programs, and again, styled and catered the way that you need as far as getting you ready for that next step, whatever it may be, whether it's going on to a 4-year, whether that's just getting your associates and getting a job in the workplace. But you guys really do a good job of trying to set them up for that next step, whatever that may be.
Yeah, we do try hard, and I think we do a good job. It's proven, I've read reports and studies before, that students who go to a community college first do better their junior and senior year at their transfer institution than their native students. So I always find that kind of interesting. They may think community colleges don't have rigor, but I think my students would tend to argue with you that we do have the rigor.
What a testament! What a testament to the hard work that you guys do over there. Fantastic. All right. We are being joined by Dee Kruger, director of LLCC here in Taylorville. Dee, always a pleasure to talk to you for a little bit. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Dee more about some open houses that are available, career services, adult education, and much, much more. You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Back in just a moment.
WTIM. your new local country financial representative at 917 West Bresser in Taylorville. I'm proud to recognize the Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. During Tornado sports broadcasts this school year, WTIM announcers will select a player at the end of each game who will receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game. Good luck to all the teams this season, and go Tornadoes!
It's time to think farm safety. Many drivers rely on their phone's GPS for directions, but in rural areas, GPS isn't always accurate. If you're driving too fast or you get distracted by your phone on private roads, you could pose a danger to farm workers and families and yourself. This week and every week in 2024, think and practice safety first.
This safety message is sponsored by Legacy Grain, with locations in Stonington, Moequa, Blue Mound, and Sharpsburg.
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online, and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
I'm Kim Bourne, CEO of Taylorville Memorial Hospital, and we're hiring experienced nurses to join our great team. Learn more by clicking on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. Our guest this morning, Dee Kruger. She's the director of LLCC in Taylorville. My name is Leroy Kleimola. Dee, glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
All right, Dee Kruger joining us, and we talked a little bit before about some of the great programs that are going on over at Lincoln Land Community College. But give me, Dee, let's talk really, really quick. For those who may not know, what are some of the benefits to going to a 2-year as opposed to a 4-year, going to Lincoln Land as opposed to a different school? Obviously, one of the big things is cost, but why is that?
The cost, yes, that's the big difference. The only thing different between biology at Taylorville and biology at the University of Illinois in Champaign is cost, about $2,000 a class. And the reason for that is your property taxes help fund community colleges. So if you look at your property tax bill, you'll see a chunk of that goes to Lincoln Land Community College. That's to support your local area college. Universities don't have that. They're all funded by their tuition cost, their tuition that they receive, and any endowments, donations, things like that. So that's why your university costs are so much more. Plus, if you go away, you're probably going to have a housing cost added on to that.
Yeah, or if you go, if you live in Taylorville, you can go to your community college right here, go home for the night.
You can. I think it's great.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, too, all of our area employers love our students. They work well with them. I know sometimes they have crazy college schedules, but our employers find a way, and I'm so proud of Taylorville for that.
Yeah, fantastic. You guys have some open houses coming up. Talk a little bit about those.
We sure do. On Monday, October 14th from 2 to 5, there'll be an event at Lincoln Land in Springfield as well as Taylorville. If you're interested in the Springfield campus, you can visit various areas on campus where you can speak with faculty and staff. You can view exhibits, take tours, and learn how to enroll and pay for college. At Lincoln Land in Taylorville, we can do the same thing. You can speak with staff, take tours, learn about enrolling and paying for college, and meet with me to discuss your 2-year plan. So that's October 14th from 2 to 5. It's open to the public. There is a registration on our website. It's not mandatory, but if you want to, that would be great. But the event is October 14th.
All right. So some good open houses coming up, which will allow you to kind of give you a firsthand look at things that are going on around campus, which is awesome.
Exactly. And no pressure. Just, come try it out, see what you think. And talk to a lot of different people. I know sometimes, undecided students is what I'm kind of leaning towards. They may not know what they want to be when they grow up, but sometimes just taking one class will, be like, wow, I didn't know about that. Maybe I want to study this more in depth. So it's a great way to just start off college at a low cost and try those things out if you're not sure what you want to do.
All right, so plenty of open houses. We talked a little bit about it earlier, but I want to bring it up again. Career services, what are available with those?
Yes. For those students who are undecided, you can complete several career assessments. If one doesn't work, we have more. And I did a couple of them, and they pegged me pretty good. Of course, I did them later in life, so that's probably no fair. But you can discuss the results with some career professionals and begin researching on those careers that interest you. Learn about specific job duties and tasks. You know, a lot of jobs look cool on TV, but really, is that what it is in reality? Especially, I think of CSI. Crimes don't really happen that way in real life, so it's not as glorious as one thinks. They can do this either online, or they can make an appointment to meet in Springfield with our career assessment people. And they can do that by calling 217-786-2210.
Hey, my broadcasting job is very glamorous. Just ignore all the other stuff that I have to do throughout the day.
Right. How come I think of WKRP in Cincinnati? Oh, no, I really dated myself.
Oh, but no, there is plenty of great, and again, it's important. I think, and you hit on a good point, Dee, is to make sure that you are aware that it isn't just what you see on TV, where that stuff that can happen, but there's so much more to any job that you may have, as you know, when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we talk a little bit about career services, adult education classes. You know, maybe I'm just past 40 years old here. Maybe I want to go back and take a couple classes, or take a couple classes, maybe learn something new. What adult education options are available?
Sure. You can take any of our courses, of course, that are designed for online or for transfer, or the workforce classes. And also, I wanted to mention that we do offer GED classes for adults. Those are at no cost. They will help you pass your GED. Everyone asks, how long does it take to pass the GED? Well, that depends on a lot of things. How long have you been out of school? What kind of student were you in school? We will give you a pretest to see where your skills are, to see if you need help in math or English. And then we prepare that work for you, and you go through it, and then you'll be able to take your GED class and pass. Because you cannot get federal financial aid for college until you have a high school diploma or GED. So for those that just never got their GED but want to go to college, this is your chance. Classes are totally free. It's a great opportunity for those who maybe missed getting a high school diploma for whatever reason.
All right, Dee, well, we are out of time. Where can people go to get more information on LLCC?
Sure, just come out to our website, www.llcc.edu, or call 217-786-2754.
All right, Dee, thanks so much for taking a couple minutes to talk to us today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You're listening to WTIM Morning Show with me, Leroy Kleimola. Dee Kruger has been on the phone. She's director of LLCC in Taylorville on WTIM, your information station.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. Former President Trump is safe and